Okay, then. Well, curiosity seekers, I have a special topic to talk about today, and it's personal. It has to do with how people are treated in a homeless shelter. And I'll just say this, we are not second class citizens, and I speak personally about this because I am in a homeless shelter. And that's nothing to be embarrassed about. I mean, it's just circumstances, and there are many people that have different kinds of circumstances that make them have to be in a homeless shelter. And I'll tell you one thing, with our economy the way it's going, uh, unfortunately, I think there's going to be a lot more people that will be found to be homeless because it's too expensive to be able to live out there, to pay rent, or to have the cost of living be so expensive, to be able to afford your local bills, monthly bills, and also be able to afford food to eat. And it's really getting to be very difficult. Um, I do know that President Trump basically frowns on the homeless, and I don't know why. Heaven forbid he ever be in that kind of position. But I'll just say this, that they're good people in the homeless shelter. They all have, stories to tell, and they do have lives um, that are meaningful. And I'll just say this about people now in the homeless shelters, as we are dealing with now, um, these many, many, many days that we've been in the government shutdown, and the fact that we're now seeing that the food programs are being attacked, meaning that you now have the federal workers that are having to compete with not only the regular people that are needing additional food supplies. So, these situations are very different than what we've ever experienced before. I know that on my case. But I'll just say this, that when you are dependent on the government, make sure that you're not totally dependent upon them, because I really think they want us to be eliminated. I know that I believe it was announced today that um, Trump has designated a certain housing program in Utah, similar to the Hunger Games, I guess, where um, you will be in a cubicle basically, and you will be, I guess, there for the rest of your day.
But if you're not allowed to leave, what is it? It is a prison. So it's illegal to be homeless. There is no money to feed you.
So your freedoms are going to be very limited, and that's unfortunate because I'll tell you, when we go and give up our freedom of speech, and when we also sign up for that digital ID, please don't do it, people. Digital ID is not anything to be proud of. It's the ultimate in surveillance. And I know that's what he wants, his new world order. He wants this, and we need to stand up and say no. Um, we have rights. We are U.S. citizens after all, but sometimes we're not treated as citizens. Now, let me just talk about the shelter itself. I am at the Ferlazzo Building shelter in Woodbridge, Virginia, and this particular shelter, we have a variety of different kinds of people, male and female, that are here in the shelter. And what I've noticed recently is that sometimes we'll have good food to eat and other times we will not. And people not aware of, I guess what they're eating, there's really no date on it that says when it was packaged. If it's something that's been delivered, and it's fresh, that's great. And we do have the churches and certain organizations that will drop off food to us. But we'll also have leftovers, and these leftovers become the problem, or I say the opportunity. Basically, it means that we have to heat up the food. And one thing in particular that's a very big concern to me is anything that is like chicken that's left on the bone. I know growing up, my mom always told me that with chicken, that you eat it, when it's first cooked, and then after that you should, and the same thing goes with turkey as well. Um, you need to make sure you pull it off the bone because it can develop, a situation where the meat goes bad. And I'll tell you, people, we've had some people to get sick, and they're not aware. But I'll tell you one thing: the staff, some of the staff do know, and they don't care. And it's unfortunate because, like I said, I believe this: anybody in this day and time is almost like one paycheck away from being homeless themselves. So, they need to be aware that there's good people here and we need to make sure they're taken care of. And according to what some residents that are saying, who used to basically, I guess, live in used to work there at the Palazzo building, they used to be more caring, more considerate. They took each individual's, situation in hand, and that's not the case anymore. And unfortunately, I think it's just because of the times.
And it's a crime now in the United States. But we gave billionaires a $4 trillion tax cut. And Congress can't bother to show up to work.
Some people feel like this is a great opportunity for them to reach out to people in the neighborhoods and in the communities, and others just see it as a job and just a paycheck, and that's unfortunate. So what I wanted to say is this: always be aware of your neighbor. Um, the Bible talks about the Good Samaritan, and that there's so many people that passed him by, and he didn't have the right people to deal with. And then somebody, a stranger, came up to him and said, I'll take care of you. And that's exactly what, I guess, when you find yourself in a shelter like I am, you want to have people that are friendly and considerate and understanding and try to work with you. And I'll just say this, right now my time there, well, it looks like it's going to be longer than what I expected, and I think it has to do with the situation that we're in with the shutdown. Um, I'm not able to get certain documentation, verification, and right now I'm basically in a limbo situation. And I'll just say this: I thank God for the opportunity that I've been given to be here in the shelter, to experience it. I have never experienced this before. And I really acknowledge the fact that these people, they're good people. They're not all bad people. And, some people think homeless are just drug addicts. Well, they're not. Some of them are just down on their luck. And some of them, there are situations maybe where, I know there's one resident basically that he's now in a homeless shelter because he was working in a data center. And he actually trained the new AI to do everything that he did. Consequently, he received the pink slip, and the AI is now doing the work for him. And that's not the way we are supposed to be, people. AI should not ever replace a human being, but it is. So I'll just say this. For those of you who find yourself in a situation that you've never been in, just remember this: God's always with you. He loves you. He cares about you. Never think that your world is turned upside down and there's no way that you're going to get back into the resemblance of normalcy. That's not true. The best thing to do is just let go and let God. And I'm just so grateful that I've been given the opportunity to talk to you today. And hopefully, this will make a difference in a lot of people's lives as they come across maybe someone in their family, or maybe a friend, or maybe somebody else they've come in contact to recently and they find themselves homeless. It's nothing to be ashamed about. It's just a situation an unfortunate situation, but it's not something that is, I guess, critical as far as life threatening, and it shouldn't be. So please, Lord, I thank you. And also, people, I thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you today. And I hope that, those of you that have any questions about this, feel free to jot them down. I'll try to get you the answers. I just feel like I needed to have come to you today and express just how we're feeling, the homeless here. We're not second-class citizens. We are first-class citizens. We have rights, and we do have a voice. And I'll just say this. If there are not some people there that do not have the voice to speak, I will be the voice to speak for them because we need advocates. We need people that are going to stand up and say, hello, I do exist. See, I'm right here in front of you. I'm not just a number. I have a life. I have a mind. And I have, thoughts and ideas. All these things, I'm really grateful that there are some people out there, and there's a lot of residents here that are really good people, and they have many, many stories to tell about their experience in life. And I'm so grateful that I've had the opportunity to be able to not only talk to these people, but to actually listen to their stories. Okay, so I'll just sign off for now, and I do thank you for this opportunity, and I hope that I'll be having some more conversations later. I know there's several that I do want to express my feelings on. Um, this world is changing rapidly, and we need to make sure that we do pray each and every day. Amen and amen.